hear me as you're gathering on over. Wow, I don't know if we've had all these people at once to watch an excellent tiger training session. First off, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jed. I'm an educator here at the zoo. Welcome to one of our conservation lectures here this evening. And we are going to be introducing you to the stars of our show, which are our tigers. Now, working with our tigers is going to be Kim. Kim's one of our primary keepers here on our tiger area. And we have our male tiger right up front and center for you guys. His name is Bahim. Bahim is around 260 pounds, and he is standing up about 7 feet. Bahim, how is your cue to stand up? Let's try that again. Sometimes it needs weighing in at 260 pounds, standing at 7 feet tall. He is a Malayan tiger, and he is full-grown, 12 years old. We also have another tiger. She is our female. Her name is Sita. Sita's on the other side of the exhibit. We split the exhibit into 2 separate sides because, after all, tigers are solitary in the wild. Therefore, because these are a breeding pair, they only would come together in the wild during breeding season, and that's the only time we put them together. Now, Sita did come from the Bronx Zoo. She came about a year ago, and she came with a breeding recommendation with Bahim. They've been together for about 6 or 7 different breeding sessions, and we haven't had any cubs yet, but keep your fingers crossed because we might be getting some in the future. Now, what Kim's doing is something we do with all of our animals, and it's just called training. We're training our animals to do different behaviors. Notice I'm saying behaviors and not tricks. We don't want to be training a tiger to jump through a hoop of fire or ride a bicycle. Those are really unnecessary behaviors. But what we do are behaviors that would help us out here at the zoo better care for them. Now, we are all using positive reinforcement to train these behaviors. So you'll notice that every time Bahim does the correct behavior, you will hear Kim blow a whistle. The whistle is considered a bridge. Bridge is the gap between when the behavior has been completed and when we are going to be giving him some reinforcement. Reinforcement he likes. There you go. Reinforcement is meat. We're giving him some raw meat. After all, tigers don't cook their meat in the wild. Therefore, we don't cook it here. So we do give him raw meat, and every time he does the correct behavior, we again will give him some reinforcement. Now, these behaviors we're training them are, again, so we can work with them a little bit closer. You see that Kim and I are not in with the tiger. We are not in with Bahim. We have what's called protective contact. And that's not because we have a crazy tiger. It's not because we have a mean or a mad tiger. It's because we have a tiger. Tigers are great apex predators, and they have amazing adaptations which help them to survive in the wild. He's demonstrating some of those right now, and today, with opening his mouth, you can see those great big teeth right there, those great canines, also strong muscles. There we go. Great claws, great eyesight, great nose and ears wrap up that amazing predator, and that's why we don't go in with him. We don't train them to not be a tiger. We want him to be a tiger for you guys and for us to learn from. And if we went in with them, we'd have to train him to not be a tiger. We don't want to do that. So we train him through a protective contact barrier. And we're still able to capture a lot of amazing behaviors. We can ask him to sit, to lay down on a scale. We can ask him to target from one spot to the other. So how do we get him to move? Well, we can simply just ask him. Now, you notice that I'm saying ask. You don't give a tiger a command. You don't command a tiger, all right? At 260 pounds, he kind of decides whether or not he wants to participate or not, which is a great thing because we're not forcing him to do any of the things that he doesn't want to do. If at any point he did not want to be with us, he would simply walk away, and that's perfectly fine. But by being able to have the great relationship that Kim has with Bahim, it enables us to get good things with him. So we can not only do great research, we can do blood draws with him, voluntary blood draws, where we ask him to sit and lay down, and we can loop his tail and hit vessels in his tail to access some blood. And that gives us a great look at not only what's going on with him, but we are also a research facility here. We're able to use that blood into a database and then know what's going on with wild tigers. So it's a great way for us to help participate in conservation. After all, we are here for conservation, and today you're going to get to hear an amazing gentleman speak about conservation on tiger. Now, unfortunately, tigers, all 6 subspecies of tigers are all endangered, every single one of them. But Bahim's upset about that also. He gets angry when I start talking about it because it is kind of a sad subject. Now, right now, there are only about 500 Malayan tigers left in the wild. 500 of this species. In zoos across the nation, there's only 50. Only 50. So Bahim and Sita are integral parts of this relationship with us to try to keep and maintain this amazing animal. And Bahim is an ambassador to his counterspecies. So he is here to help tell the story of what's going on. Why are these animals endangered? Well, a few reasons. Number one is that they are still poached. They're illegally hunted for parts of their body and for pelts. And then also, even the bigger reason is a human and animal conflict. What often happens in the wild is we want to grow, we want to get bigger, we want more space, more things, and in turn, we end up taking up more land where these animals live. Whenever we have a human-animal conflict, the animal loses. And so what's happening where this animal lives and where all tigers live is a lot of agriculture. We're trying to go out and we're trying to harvest more land, create more food, which you can't blame people for doing that, but when they do that, they encounter these animals. Also, they have livestock. Livestock to a tiger, easy prey, all right? Now, it's estimated that in Asia, up to $400,000 worth of livestock is taken because of tigers. That can make somebody pretty upset. And so they go out and they do retaliation. They'll go out and if a tiger comes in and kills a goat or a cow, they will go out and they'll try and hunt and kill the tiger. These reasons are causing tigers to diminish and decrease off this earth, which is a very sad thing. So tonight, you get an amazing opportunity to listen to a gentleman about what are we doing? What are we doing to try to save this amazing animal? The largest cat species in the world, the tiger. What are we doing to try to help save? And more importantly, what can you do? After all, that's why you guys are here. You are here to learn from Bahim, what can we do? What can we do more to help try to save this species? So, I hope you guys have an amazing night. First off, thank you guys all for coming and joining us today. It means so much to us. And I'm going to turn you guys around now after we're almost done here. If anybody does have any questions, feel free, raise your hand. I can hopefully, does anybody have any questions? Yes?
How much does it cost to feed him per year?
How much does it cost? That's a great question. Fortunately, his meat is all wrapped up with all of our other carnivores' meats, so we don't have it specified out for each one, because then we'd have to be, seeing them. No, just joking. I don't actually know. We go through about $300,000 a year on our food budget. That's all the animals included. So we have around 300 animals here at the zoo, so part of that meat is in with him. Question? We have had other tiger species here at the zoo. Bahim's been here he's 12 years old now. He's been here for about 11 years, about 10 years now. But prior to that, we did have a couple other species at the zoo. We had the Siberian, and I believe we had a Bengal at one point in the zoo's history. The zoo's history is long past beyond thee. But great question. Anyone have another question? Yes, he doesn't like when he's all done. Yes, another question in the back. All right, so it sounds like we are going to start our talk with Ashwin in about 10 minutes, so you guys are welcome to mingle around. We do have a couple of zookeepers. Kim, once she maybe cleans her hands, you can talk to her a little bit. But mingle around, get some foods, get a drink, get a great seat, and get ready for an amazing talk.
Our tigers and our carnivores get cow hearts. He doesn't like cow hearts. So I'm not picky. He also got ground turkey as just a treat. Just because this is sort of out of it. He doesn't like this time. This is a big crowd. So we like to give him a little extra special. Right. So there's that little something extra special. And then we had a ground beef. But it's like the ground, like the whole animal. It's not like what we buy. The ground turkey is just from fries. Like that's what we eat. But it was from the bay, and then we also give him the rest of the carnivore. And he likes both, so we give him both, and they're a little bit different. The stuff that I don't know if you thought it wasn't really, I don't want to. What's interesting is that's the U of A meat that they're sort of iffy about it. Some of them love it, and it depends on the day. Some days I really want